Good morning. Here is my follow-along version of my 10-minute, equipment-free, do it anywhere, do it every day of your life to maintain muscle mass and mobility program. I haven't come up with a better name than that. But preferably in the morning, it gets your day off to a great start. Follow along with me. I'm going to get fairly detailed here. So if you're interested in this program, which has helped me immensely over the last 20 years, and it's grown and developed, and it's taken on a new shape, follow along with me. Here we go. First one is laying on your back. Now this is what it looks like. It looks like I'm just lifting my head and lifting my legs and bringing my legs down and bringing my head down. Now what's actually happening here to get the most out of this is tongue at the roof of the mouth. Deep breath in. Lift your neck so high that you're really strengthening those sternocleidomastoid muscles. You're tensing your pecs, tensing your abs. Your low back is now flat into the floor. I'm going to look down at my feet. I'm going to pull my feet back. I'm going to dorsiflex as hard as I can. Tense my quads. Feet together. Okay, fingers spread apart. Deep breath in, legs up, legs down, holding that tension. Now breathing out. Now, again, tongue at the roof of the mouth, neck all the way up. Lots of tension in here. Coming up, down, just like that. Okay, so there's tons of tension in here. You're keeping your low back safe, and you're working your abdominals. Now, deep breath in, chin up, and the neck, not to mention the neck. So deep breath in, chin up, legs up. Now at this point, really give it a little extra. Really squeeze your upper thighs into your abdominals. Now, initially, you might be at the stage where you need to have your knees bent slightly. That's totally fine. What I would prefer to see, though, is the legs stay straight, and then you come up to here. Because day after day, as you do this, soon you'll find your legs come a little higher. And then you'll get to the point where you can get your legs so high, you're getting a good stretch in that sciatic nerve distribution, hamstrings, and you're getting a really good squeeze on the abdominals. Okay, so let's do 10 of those. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. You should feel your neck get tired too. 4, really get that neck up high. 5, 6, 7. Don't forget to pull those toes toward the nose. 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. Now we're not done yet. Let's leverage that fatigue. We've pre-fatigued the abs. Let's just get a little bit more out of them by doing some, I don't know. I like bicycles because it's a reciprocal movement and you can really get the last little bit out of those intercostal muscles and oblique muscles. Now from there, it's really burning. So now practicing the hollow body hold on a daily basis, I think has a lot of value. So what I've read is that you want to hover your shoulder blades. So you want to get those shoulder blades up off the mat, low back flat, as much tension as you can get. This carries over to so many functional activities. Good. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2. The important thing here is knees should be shoulder width apart at least. The second important thing is the heels are together and your toes, get your toes crammed underneath your feet. Okay, don't do this. That's fine in yoga, but what we're trying to do is prevent hallux rigidus. That's a fancy name for your big toe never moving into extension. And you develop calcification just like you do everywhere else on your body. Next thing you know, you can't run up hills or walk up hills because your toe hurts. And then they tell you you've got hallux rigidus. So it's preventable. And it's a thing that can be fixed, but we'll talk about that later. Now, the hands, palms, against the top of your hips, fingers pointing downwards. And the other thing I want to share is that your elbows don't just hang out here. So it doesn't look like this, it means your elbows are being pulled backwards as you come back. And now that serves the purpose of protecting your low back, getting a better stretch into the hip flexors, plus you're going to stretch your biceps and your pecs, get them ready for the rest of the routine. Here we go. Deep breath in, tongue at the roof of the mouth, pushing the hands into the hips, coming up, chin first. Okay, if you don't do chin first, this will happen. You'll go, it's really awkward. But if you go chin first, then come back, crunch your abs really hard. Deep breath in again, chin up first. Now come back, crunch the abs. 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more. 8. Good. The next one. This is one people love to hate. Ideally, your hands are at the sides of your hips. If your hands are here, it's a miserable thing to do. You want your hands here beside your hips, and being able to lift your hips up off the mat like that is essential. Deep breath in, chin up, hips down, and crunch your abs, stretch your hamstrings. If you can't do that, that's okay. Do it on your fists. Okay? Deep breath in, chin up, come up, come back down. You might do it like I did. I did it on my fists for 6 months. Then I went another 6 months where I think I had my fingers pointing away from my body, which is a little bit easier. And then finally I got to the point where I could have my fingers facing forwards. My shoulders were that tight when I started. So, it is a daily practice, but you improve a little bit every day. So let's do 10 of these. So it's deep breath in, pushing down, tongue at the roof of the mouth, deep breath in, chin up, hips down, crunch your chin, crunch your abs, little stretch in the hamstrings, deep breath in, chin up. 8 more. 1, 2, really dig those fingertips into the mat. 3, get those hips high. 4, 5, 6, 7, last one. 8, hold that one a little extra. Now come back down. Now again, we're going to leverage the fatigue because now our shoulders are slightly tired. Pushing into the mat either with fists or hands and doing what I call gymnastics dips because I'm getting that little bit extra. You can just do these if you're tired. If you want a little bit extra, pull those feet back, crunch the abs, and that's a very useful movement. That looks like this from the side. Like that, okay? And then if you want, you can get to the point where you're getting strong enough to do an L sit. But for now, every day, this is what we're trying to do. Last one of the 5 rites portion of this routine is down dog. Now, a lot of people have a tough time getting into down dog. I always say the easiest way is to take one foot, one leg back, get into this almost like a long lunge stance. Hands beside your feet. There. Now bring that foot back to this foot, feet shoulder width apart, and that's usually the person's ultimate downward dog position. Now from there, deep breath in, pull the elbows back and towards your hips, and come on up. Now that's the dive bomber push-up version. The version for people that are maybe just getting back into exercise is deep breath in, keep the arms straight, and come back. Arms straight, deep breath in. For those of you who want a little bit more challenge, that's where you can add the dive bomber push-up version. Like that. And people that want even more challenge can come up on the toes, do the pike push-up version. Like that. Like this. Okay? But maybe you can do one of these, and you can do a dive bomber push-up, and then maybe you can do a pike push-up, and then back to the yoga push-up, right, and so forth. But once we're done that, that's a very fatiguing movement on the shoulders. So let's leverage. So that's a fatiguing movement on the shoulders, so let's leverage that fatigue and do some scapular push-ups. So I'm here, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together and then pushing them apart. Shoulders together, pushing them apart. Keeping the arms relatively straight. And so I'm in a high plank position. Like this. Okay. And you can do it quickly. And you'll feel muscles around your pecs start to fire up. And then do that until the point of fatigue. So now, the next stage, we've got 4 more exercises to do, maybe 5. So let's start with the Cossack squats. Now, the thing with the Cossack squats is you want to have a nice wide stance, and you really want to lean forwards onto your hands. So you can start by just flipping the foot up. Flipping the foot up, okay? See how wide and how far forward I'm bent. Okay, that's the key to success in this exercise. So I'm here, and then as I start to feel a little bit more limber, okay, oh, that feels better. Now I'm coming. You can support yourself with your hands. I had to do this for months after I had this last knee surgery, right? Where I'm here, and you'll get to the point where you're still leaning forwards, using your hands as a counterbalance, and really getting deep into those hip capsules. And here, again, some days I'll do 15 per side. Today I'll do a few extra. Just like that. Okay, now, if you want to get into the split switches, again, starting with a low stool or a bench or even just on your fists, go with that wide stance and then just start back and forth like that. And then let your feet slide apart. But if you're here, that's okay. Just practice a little bit every day. Pretty soon you'll be feeling like, oh, wow, like I can feel things starting to loosen up. It takes a long time, I'm not going to lie. But it's worth it, and you'll feel slight changes in all of these movements day after day. Then you'll get to the point where you can go on your hands, do a few like that, and then you can start rotating over and getting a little bit deeper like that. But this took me a long time to get to, a long time, a lot of patience. I was actually afraid of how stiff I was, and that's, I think, what really spurred me on to keep going with this routine. Now, the next one is you're in this crawling position. Okay, we'll call this primal move number 1.